Hello everyone, Dirt Road Farmer here. Today we've got a bunch of grain, a bunch of soybeans that we need to haul and sell. And we are going to do so by running these 3 trucks on Autodrive. That way we can get a lot of the grain hauled at one time. But the first thing that we need to do is we need to set up a route that we want these trucks to run on. So, first thing we need to do, we are going to be making a track. We're going to set up a track or a route, whatever you want to call it, for these trucks to run on. So we need to set that up. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go over here and make sure our line appears over the top of the truck. Right here it says line height, ground level. Well, we want it above the tractor. That's the way I like it anyway. You can do it however you want, but that's the way I like to set it up. Alright, and we will click this triangle, which gives us a bunch more options. And one of them is to record. So we will start recording. And if you notice, it gives us a start point right there. Alright, we will start recording the route that we want him to take. Now it doesn't matter how fast you go. You can go as fast as you want to go or as slow as you want to go. It doesn't matter. Autodrive is going to keep up with you, and it's going to be recording this route. So right now we want to go over here and we want to go to our silo that we are going to be loading from. And we'll go in here. Now we want to run just past our load point. Like maybe right there. And if you come around on this side, you can see that you're past your load point. It wouldn't even hurt us to go up a little bit more. Alright. So, at this point, we are going to put in a waypoint, which is this symbol right here. Now, we're going to call this Yard 2. Silo load. Okay, and we're going to create that. Now you can see we have created, you probably can't see it, but anyway, we have created a waypoint right there. Alright, now our record button is still on. So now we want to go where we want to deliver this. So we'll go around here, and it doesn't matter where you drive. Autodrive is going to record wherever you go. So feel free to take whatever route you want to take, and Autodrive will keep up with you. Alright. Now we're going to go up here. We're going to make kind of a wide turn. And we're still recording, but we're going to the sell point to where we want this truck to go. So we'll make a turn right here and go down the highway. And we'll just keep recording. All right. And again, like I said, it doesn't matter how fast you go. You want to drive fast, okay. If you want to drive slow, that's fine too. Doesn't matter at all. You're still recording. Okay, and we want to get off at this exit. So we will get off at this exit. And we will make our turn. And here we go. Now, the way I like to do this, when I'm going to run multiple trucks or multiple equipment on this route, yes, you can run them right back the same route that you're going on. But I have found that in the turns, if these trucks, because they make wide turns, if they meet on a turn, a lot of times they will collide with one another. So once we get to the load point or unload point, from there we'll take a different route back, because we're going to be running 3 trucks and we don't want them colliding with one another under any circumstances. We want them to just keep hauling grain. So we'll make a turn right here. Again, we'll make a wide turn. And we'll just keep recording. I know it's a long way because this is the Wild West 16X map. And we were all the way at the north end of this map when we started recording. And our sell point is south. So yes, we have to go all the way down here to get to where we want to be. So we'll just keep recording until we get there. Okay, we're coming up on our sell point that we want to sell at. So let's turn in here. And we want to go just past our trigger. And we will set up another waypoint. So we click on that symbol again. And we're going to call this Ranch Unload. And we'll create that waypoint. Okay, and you can see right there we created it. And we will continue to record this route that we want our trucks to follow. Now, like I said before, I am going to take a different route back. That way we will have no problems with the trucks running into one another. So let's go this way. And we'll take the highway back around to our north farm. And that way there's no chance that they will be running into one another. Okay. We've run the highway around. We're still recording our route. And we want to get off on this next exit up here. So we'll get off. And we'll go down and we'll connect with where we started the route in the very beginning. So let's go up here, and we want to make sure that we stay far enough from the oncoming so that there's no chance of those trucks colliding. And I think we did it right there. That's good. So we will come on down. And we'll turn back into the lot. We will come over here, and you see where we started. We're going to connect them. So the way you do that, you take and you click on where you're at and connect to that dot. And let's go up here and find out why we... All right. Well, let's get up above it and find out what's going on here, because we should be able to connect the dots. There we go. We connected them. You see the line in between them. Now what you want to do is make sure you go up here and click on stop record, because at this point you don't want to record anymore. Alright, now it's always a good thing to do is to run that course empty. Just make a dry run and make sure that your course is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell this truck to run down to that silo, which is silo 2 load. That's the waypoint that we put down there. We want him to go there and see if he can make that waypoint. So let's see if he can do it. Okay, our truck is coming up on his first waypoint. And he'll pull up there to his point, and he will stop. All right, he made that waypoint. So what we need to do now is we want to make sure he can get to the sell point, which is ranch unload. Okay, let's tell him to go. And he will drive the course. All right, he's on the highway. He's on his way. So we'll stay with him. Make sure he can get to the sell point that we told him to go to. with no problems. Make sure he makes this turn with it, not any problems. And you can also get rid of those lines. If you decide you don't want to watch them lines, you go up here to this triangle that's lit up red and just click on it. That'll get rid of the lines. So anyway, we'll keep following him. All right, we are coming up on our sell point. So let's make sure he gets turned in there and goes over the unload point. And he should be coming up on his waypoint. All right, he made it that far. That's great so far. All right, now we want to send him back to silo 2 load. All right, and we'll tell him to, and as you can see, we've got a problem. Somewhere we've got a problem. He says he can't get there. So we will come over here and we will, that's why you always want to run this course before you start delivering, because there could be something wrong with it. So I'll go back through and I'll check and see what's wrong. Okay, we have found our problem. Now, if you see my cursor here, you see how these arrows are pointing in the direction that we are going? That's all around this track, and it should be pointing forward. All right, if we move up here, what do we see there? We see one pointing the other way. It's pointing back at us, right here. Okay, so what we want to do here is let's click on that and let's go over here to this icon right here and we will delete that. Okay, and then let's go back. Let's back up a little bit. Let's click on that waypoint and we'll click on this waypoint, and now that arrow is pointed in the right direction. That's why it's always good to run that track to find out if you can make it. So with that being said, I think what we'll do is we're going to program this guy. Actually, what we'll do is we'll go back here a little ways and make sure he can do that now, being that's where the problem was at. We'll find out if he can make it there now. If so, the rest of the track is good. So we'll go around here and we'll tell him to go to silo 2 or yard 2 silo load. And as you can see, we fixed the problem. All right, so he'll make it there with no problem. So let's go ahead and stop this driver. And let's tell him we want to set up a course for him. And we want to tell him to go to yard 2 silo load. That's his load point. His unload point will be the ranch unload. And we want him to haul soybeans. All right, let's see if he can get loaded. So we'll watch him get loaded, and we'll make sure that he can get over to his sell point and get it sold. And then we'll add another 2 trucks. Let all 3 of them. Now he should uncover his tarp. There he did. And we'll come in here and hopefully he'll, there he is, he's loading. All right. Now he covered his tarp back up and he is on his way. All right, we can get rid of our lines. And we'll see if he can make it to the sell point. All right, we're coming up on our sell point. He should pull in here, unload, and go back for another load. And there he is, unloading. And we'll see him get off and head back to yard 2 silo load. All right, he's unloaded. He's figuring the route out. He's got it figured out. He's trying to get turned. And he is off. All right, while that truck is coming back, we are going to start another truck. And we are going to tell him to load at yard 2 silo load, unload at the ranch, and we want him to haul soybeans. And we'll tell him to drive the course. So now we have 2 trucks running. You have a lot of grain. I mean, the grain just piles up when you have big fields like this. This Wild West map is mainly big fields. I'm talking, they're anywhere from 300 acres to 800 and some acres per field. So you accumulate a lot of grain, and every once in a while you've just got to run your trucks. And once you get them all running on a route, that frees you up to get back in your fields and do more work that needs to be done. So we'll let these 2 guys run. We'll add a 3rd one here in a little bit. All right, there comes truck number 1 He is on his way back. So we'll get in here between truck number 1 and truck number 2. This will be truck number 3. And we'll get him running. So we want him to load at silo, yard 2 silo load, unload at ranch, unload, and we want him to haul soybeans also. Okay. So we'll give him a few minutes, space them out just a little bit. All right, and we're going to tell him to drive. There comes our other truck back. He's loaded. And this one is going in to get loaded. So now we have 3 trucks hauling soybeans to the sell point. Looks like truck number 2 is selling his right now. If you look at the money going up here where my cursor's at, he's selling his load. All right, he's on his way back. The next truck will be arriving, and then this truck will be following him in. So I would say that we are successfully hauling a bunch of soybeans, and that's what it takes. All right, I hope that you have found some of this content useful. Like I said, we're not taking the absolute shortest route to get these trucks where they need to go. But this is my way of doing it. Doesn't mean it's the right way. It's just strictly my way, but you get the idea. The only reason that I do this is just to keep the trucks away from one another. If you set this up to run like this, you have absolutely no problems. You can go and work in a field. You can harvest, plow, do whatever you need to do, cultivate, and just let these guys run, because they're going to run until there isn't any more soybeans, or until we stop them and tell them, okay boys, that's enough. And it works very, very well. So for me, the dirt road farmer, I'll get out of here. I'll call it a video, and we'll let these guys get on with it.